Assalamu alaikum. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the name of Allah, the most beneficent and the most merciful. Guys, again I'm going to solve a question where we have to find the domain, right? A question is so complicated, but we will solve the question step by step, right? So the question is, find the domain a function is fx, which is equal to log square root log base 2 4 sine square x minus 2 under root 3 sine x minus 2 sine x plus under root 3 plus 1, this one. So the question is fx is equal to square root log base 2, and inside the bracket we have 4 sine square x minus 2 root 3 sine x minus 2 sine x plus under root 3 plus 1, right? And here we have to find the domain. So if you see, this is a square root function, right? So the answer I'm going to solve here. This is your question, okay? So you can say this is a square root function. So the log base 2 4 sine square x minus 2 under root 3 sine x minus 2 sine x plus under root 3 plus 1, okay? This one must be what? The whole things must be what? 0 or greater than 0, right? 0 or greater than 0. So for example, if you have a square root function, so if the square root has a 0 or greater than 0, the function exists, right? So I'm going to apply the same condition here, and then we will solve the questions. So log base 2 and x must be greater than or equal to 0. And here if you see, okay, what do you notice here? That log base 2, right? Log base 2. So I told you about logarithmic function y is equal to log base 2x, okay? So here the base, look, here the base is 2, which is greater than 1, right? So when you see the base of the log is greater than 1, the log always start from the downside towards the upside, right? So here you can say this is y is equal to log base 2x. So you can see the graph always start from like this one. And for each and every logarithmic functions, I told you we have two important points, okay? The first point is the first x-intercept, means 1, 0, and the second when x is equal to the base, which is 2 here. For example, if this is 2, then we can say the function has 1, right? So x is 2, y is always 1, right? Guys, this is the graph of log base 2x. Using this condition, using this description, right, we are going to solve this question. So if you consider that this part, okay, if you consider this part only, this one is as a x, right? Just consider this part as a x. So log qx is 0 or greater than 0. Means all positive number, right? It's not a negative number. So can you tell me here when this function log 2x is 0 or greater than 0? So you see here, you see log base 2x is 0 or greater than 0 if and only if x is, if and only if, right? X is what? 1 or greater than 1. Only this condition. If the value of the x is 1 or greater than 1, then at this time we can say the function has 0 or greater than 0. So here my x is this one. So we can say 4 sine square x minus 2 under root 3 sine x minus 2 sine x plus under root 3 plus 1. This one must be what? 1 or greater than 1, right? So if this value is 1 or greater than 1, at this time we can say the condition is satisfied. Okay, now we have to solve this question. Now you can see this is normal equation, linear equation. So we are going to solve a linear inequation, right? Inequality. So you can say this plus 1 and plus 1 cancel. So you can say you have 4 sine square x minus 2 under root 3 sine x minus 2 sine x plus under root 3, and here is what? 0, right? Here you can say how many terms we have? 1, 2, 3 and 4. So you can just take this 2 here and this 2 here. Okay, what is the common here? You can say 2 sine x, right? 2 sine x. So what is inside the bracket you have? This is 2 and this is what? A sine x, and minus this 2 cancel, the sine x cancel. Now you have just under root 3. Here you can take minus 1 common only, right? So inside the bracket you have a same value. Only remember one thing in your mind, this is positive, so it will change and be negative, and this is what? Under root 3 greater than or equal to 0. Now we can say we have two terms here and here. We have 2 sine x minus root 3. 2 sine x minus under root 3 is in one bracket, and in another bracket we have 2 sine x minus 1. These are must be greater than equal to 0. These are the positive values, right? So you know very well, I told you this type of inequality that this value is what? 0 or greater than 0. So you must know what are the zeros of this function. So if you say, so here what are the zeros, my dear? And remember one thing, it's very important, it's in completed questions. Here it must be find the value of x. Here x belongs to, sorry, I have forgotten to write this message. X belongs to from minus pi to pi, right? This interval is given. Okay, x belongs to minus pi to pi, means whatever we have to do inside from minus pi to pi. Okay, so here you can say this is 2 sine x minus root 3, 2 sine x minus 1. So here we have to find the 0. So you can say here sine x, it will be, you can say under root 3 by 2, and here you can say sine x, okay, is equal to 1 by 2. First you have to take this one is equal to 0, right? And from minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, from minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, we have to find the values of this one, means under root 3 by 2 and 1 by 2. I mean, what value of x I will take it, right? What value of x I will take it, so that it becomes under root 3 by 2 and 1 by 2. Guys, I'm going to give you a different concept, different strategy to solve such type of question. Okay, where's the, how can I erase this one? You see, I'm going to erase this part first. Oh my god, where's the wet one? I need this one so that I can erase it. This is the first part here. Okay, here you can say, okay, minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Okay, first we will discuss about under root 3 by 2. As you remember, sine 60, right? Sine 60, the first value, sine 60 is always root 3 by 2, right? So we can say here, sine 60 is root 3 by 2, okay? And we have to just have a look on pi only, right? Means 180 degree only. So you can say this is the home of sine, okay? 60. Here is sine positive, here is also positive, right? So here we can say this is what? 180 minus, right? So 180 minus, you can say 120, right? We have 60 degree and 120 degree only from 0 to pi, right? From 0 to pi, right? From 0 to pi. If we have 60 degree or 120 degree, right, we can find out the value under root 3 by 2. We have these two values, 120 degree and 60 degree, because sine 60 root 3 by 2 and sine 120 from 0 to 2 pi, right? From 0 to pi only. These two values. So we can see here, you can say sine x, so I'm telling you, sine x is equal to, we can say sine 60 degree, or you can say sine 120 degree. So you have x, the zeros you can find is 60 degree and 120 degree, right? 60 degree or 120 degree, then we can find out under root 3 by 2, right? These are the zeros, okay? I'm not going to take more values. We can find a lot of values of x where sine x is under root 3 by 2, but we want to go just from minus pi to pi, right? And second value, if I say this one, sine x is equal to 1 by 2. So these values are what? You can say 30 degree or 180 minus 30, which is what? 150 degree, right? So we can say here 1 by 2 is what? Sine 30 degree, or we can say sine 150 degree. So x is 30 degree or 150 degree, okay? We are taking the value of x less than 180 degrees. From minus pi to pi only. The maximum value I just got it here, 30 and 150. So when you take these two values, right, we can say that these values are the zeros, right? Now the question is when this is positive. So there is a specific rule I told you, right? And if you know these zeros, first of all we just find out these four zeros, right? These zeros where we can find under root 3 by 2 and 1 by 2. So now this is equation, right? Now, but we want not only zero values, we want all the positive values of x, right? So what will I do now? I'm going to draw this one, right? So here 30 degree. 30 degree means I'm going to write down here 30 degree, this is here. 30 degree means you can say pi over 6, okay? Pi over 6 radian, okay? Pi over 6 radian, not a degree. So pi over 6 radian, which is called 30 degree. And the second one is, you can say 60 degree. This is 60 degrees here, right? And 60 degree, you can say pi over 3 radian. So pi by 6 radian, pi over 3 radian. Okay. And then we have 120 degrees. So 120 is here. You can say 120 degree, which is also you can say pi over 3, which is 60. And just multiplied by 2, so you can say 2 pi by 3 means 120 degree. And the last zeros, which is what? 150 degree. This is 150 degree. 150 means 6. Pi by 6 is what? Pi by 6 is 30. So 30 multiplied by 5, you can say 5 pi by 6, which is 180, right? So, okay. So these are what? The zeros, I just find it. Now we want what? We want greater than 0. So I already told you in a lot of questions, this section, when you go there, right? So can you tell me here, we are not going to take the positive infinity because the maximum pi value is given, right? Maximum pi is given here. So we will say that the maximum is what? 180 degree, right? So 180, which is what? A pi. Okay, I'm not going to take towards infinity, right? We are just going to take a pi here. And the same here, I'm not going to take a minus infinity. The minimum is minus pi. So you can say minus 180 degree, which is what? Minus pi only, right? And we have to use the close bracket because we want 0 only, right? Okay, now we, as I told you, we want what? All positive values. So here, if you go this side, you have this is positive. This is always negative. This is always positive. This is always negative. This is always positive. And this is always negative. If you want to check, you can check it by yourself. Okay. So, okay. For example, here this is 150, right? This is 180. You can say you can take 170. Okay. So if you put 170 here and here, you will find this condition is wrong, right? So these are what? So here is positive. You start from positive side. Positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative. And guys, now we want what? All values which is greater than 0. You have to notice this part only. This means what? A greater than 0 means what value of x I plug in here, and this value is always what? Greater than 0 or equal to 0. So greater than 0 means the positive values, means we're talking about the positive value, positive section, right? So this is your positive section, and this is your positive section, and you can say this is also a positive section. So I can say the domain x belongs to, I'm going to write down, start from here. So this is what? Minus pi to pi by 6, the first one, right? Pi by 6. And this is also a positive. So we can say pi over 3 to 2 pi over 3. Okay, if you are going to take this value, you will find always the positive values. And one more, because this is also 150, so you can say 5 pi by 6 to pi, the maximum is what? Pi. So we can say, guys, the answer is minus pi to pi by 6, pi by 3 to 2 pi by 3, and 5 pi by 6 to pi. These are the domain of the given function. If you just put it here, you will find this value 0 or greater than 0, and if this is greater than 0 or 0, the function exists. So these are the domains. Please write down. And if you have any problem in understanding of this question, please mention the comments. Whenever we have a time, I will just reply you. Take care. Bye bye. Assalamu alaikum.